Testy was playing hard like he usually does, and I think he punched my goalie, I think is what it was, and I said, no, thank you. And he was willing to go right away. It was a good scrap. It was very heavy. This guy's strong, so it was a heavy fight right away, right into the corner. So it was good. It was a spark.
Yeah, you know, it was actually my first AHL fight, first pro fight, and I knew I had to get in there, mix it up a little bit as a rookie, and came in there, made Fitzy a little mad, and then he started just absolutely throwing bombs, and I just remember just his fist just coming right in front of my face every time. If he would have landed one of those, I might not be here today. You know, it's weird when you fight a guy and then he's your buddy in the locker room, but you know, that's hockey, and love this guy.
Sure. I laugh about it, you know. It's
one of the first things that came up, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's one of those things where we have that kind of in common, you know, and I don't think there was a winner there either. I think it was a good fight. It was both ways. We were both throwing him. We were both wrestling, and I mean, you can see he's a big man, so it's not like, you know, I wasn't throwing him around. If anything, he was throwing me around, and there's so much adrenaline flying. It's you know I blanked out half the fight. So and the goalie that he punched was my roommate on the road, so you know I had a little extra, you know, that I had to try to throw up in there, but I don't think that was the case. It was just a good fight both ways. It really was.
I think I had a bad hit, and
Big hit.
Pretty big hit, and a couple of checkers guys came after me, and I guess he was one of them. And we just came out of a pile, and we were squared off, and I was like, all right, I guess this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, he came flying across and crushed. I can't remember who he hit, but he crushed him. And another guy on my team came up flying at him. I think there was a huge pile. I think guys were flying left and right, and I ended up grabbing this guy, and it was a big fight. I mean, he was a big man, and we were both throwing a bunch. It was not a very fun one to be in on my side. That's for sure.
It was a kind of a big deal for me because it was my first pro fight, and it wasn't until after the game I realized who I'd actually fought, and I was like, all right, that's a big first fight to have, because this guy had a real good reputation around the league and stuff. So I was actually kind of proud of myself. We talked a little bit about it. I mean, it was mentioned, and just exchanged a couple laughs, and
yeah,
just that was a good tilt, and not much more than that.
You know, in 10 years, I'm gonna look back at this right here and wow. You know,
I agree. It is kind of special to be able to kind of share those moments too.
Yeah.
You get to see people from a new perspective, because in that specific situation, all you're thinking is, oh, I'm gonna knock this guy out. And when you see him, like, the last thing you want to do is even push him around a little bit. You know, it's draw.
Yeah,
absolutely. I would call it a draw.
I'm kind of having flashbacks right now about it, remembering these huge fists flying at me. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I can say the same thing. I mean,
both of us stood up, you know, ended the fight standing.
But you know what? If I would have won that fight clear, I would not have had any problem saying I won that fight. On the other hand, if I lose a fight, I'm not the last one to go out and say, hey, I got my ass handed to me out there.
It was in this barn. It was nice.
I was itching for a scrap, and I saw this big man, and I figured he would be a willing combatant, and he was. And we started off. It was a good scrap. You know, got a lot of respect for this guy. It was a toe-to-toe fight. It's what we like to say in the hockey world, and a lot of punches were thrown and landed in both ways, and it was good.
Yeah, it was a great fight. Fitzy knows how to fight, and just trying to hold my own there, and I think we both did well. And both teams were pumped up after the fight, and that's what you want after a good scrap like that.
I don't think there was a winner. I would actually give the nod to this guy.
I think it was an even fight for sure. I might have had the first few, but then at the end, Fitzy definitely came in strong, and so I wouldn't give it a winner at all.
We've talked about it, laughed about it. It's and it's all said and done now. What happens on the ice stays on the ice, kind of thing, and now we can go do it together, and hopefully combine our strengths there. I think we were I think my team was losing at the time, and for a guy like myself, it's usually trying to get the team sparked again. So I was looking for a fight, and Ginner was willing, and the video kind of shows from there.